Hi, I'm Jim Gordon, and you're watching Market 1 Minute. Joining us is Grayson Anderson. He is the CEO of Stamper Oil and Gas. Grayson, welcome.
Hi, Jim. Thanks for having me.
Great to have you, sir. Okay, tell us about Stamper Oil and Gas.
Stamper Oil and Gas is a TSX venture-listed company with the ticker symbol STMP. We have 4 petroleum exploration licenses offshore Namibia, covering 3 of the 4 major basins. The Orange Basin, where we've seen multi-billion barrel discoveries in the last 3 years, the Lüderitz Basin, and then the emerging Walvis Basin, where we're going to see significant exploration activity going forward. We're really excited because the position of our blocks are surrounded by other super majors, including Chevron, Shell, TotalEnergies, Rhino, and Galp.
Okay, and what makes your business model different from other international oil and gas exploration companies?
Thanks, Jim. The model that Stamper has is different than other oil and gas exploration companies because we have a combination of both working interests, which is where you're required to pay your proportionate share of costs, and carried interests. This is where the operator carries you for your costs until the completion of exploration. With the amount of exploration activities that are ongoing offshore Namibia, it's good to have both types of working and carried interests. With the working interests that we have, we'll be looking to ultimately turn those into carried interests by farming out some of our high working interests that we have. For example, in Petroleum Exploration License 107 in the Orange Basin, where we have a 32.9% interest. In the Walvis Basin, the really exciting up-and-coming exploration basin for offshore Namibia, we have a 5% interest carried in both blocks. And in the Lüderitz Basin on our Petroleum Exploration License 102, we have a 20% carried interest there.
And tell us about the opportunity for oil and gas exploration offshore Namibia.
Offshore Namibia is probably the most exciting jurisdiction for exploration in oil and gas today outside of Guyana. We've all heard what's happened offshore Guyana, where they've gone from 0 to nearly 1 million barrels a day in the last 10 years. That same trajectory or a similar trajectory is what's going to happen with Namibia over the next decade. We've had 3 major discoveries in the Orange Basin from TotalEnergies, Galp, and Rhino Resources, along with their partner Azul Energy, which is a joint venture between Eni and BP. You can see all the super majors are there. Shell as well, where they're going to be drilling again in the Orange Basin next year, and Chevron, which is going to be drilling not only in the Orange Basin, but also in the up-and-coming Walvis Basin, where we have 2 of our blocks. We're really excited about the upcoming activities for the Walvis Basin, which is where Chevron's going to drill a high-impact exploration well next year. We believe that over the coming years, ultimately the Walvis Basin will be a bigger development opportunity than what we've experienced in the Orange Basin over the last 3 years.
And Grayson, how does Stamper expect to unlock the value of its interests in 5 blocks offshore Namibia?
There's 2 ways that Stamper is going to create value for our shareholders. First, we're going to have the benefit of continued activity for the industry as a whole throughout the offshore Namibia basin. We're going to see continued exploration drilling from large cap companies, including Chevron in the Walvis Basin next year, which is where we have 2 of our most promising blocks. We're also going to create value ourselves because exploration is a statistical exercise. We're going to get farm outs done on our blocks so that we can get as many wells drilled on them as possible. We've seen historically that with successful exploration, even small 5 to 10% working interests, or carried interest in our case, can have significant value. You know, $250 to $500 million of value, which would represent, 10, 20 times our current share price and market value.
And finally, Grayson, what upcoming catalysts should investors look forward to for Stamper Oil and Gas?
For the remainder of 2025 and the early part of 2026, we're going to be acquiring a 3D seismic program on PEL 106 in the Walvis Basin. That's going to be the real driver to getting a farm out done and wells drilled on that really highly prospective block. Then in early part of 2026, the first half, we'll be looking to execute a farm out on our PEL 102, which is with our partner Namcor, the state oil company. That's in shallower water where we think we can get a multi-well farm out program done there. Exploration is a statistical game, so the more wells we have drilled on our blocks, the higher the probability is that we're going to have commercial success. It's been proven in the past that even a small 5 or 10% working interest can be worth $250 to $500 million of value to shareholders, which is a significant increase from where we are today. On our other blocks, we'll be working additional subsurface data acquisition and analysis to get additional farm-outs done. Again, our goal is that in the next 2 to 3 years, have wells drilled on all 4 of our petroleum exploration licenses.
Grayson Anderson, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me, Jim.
Hi, I'm Jim Gordon. Thanks for watching this Market 1 Minute on YouTube. If you want to keep up to date with other videos that we're putting out, you can click subscribe just below me or click on this list to see other great videos from Market 1. And thank you again for watching.